this is the actual link, so hopefully you guys will be on your ways. Wow, mine just changed right to BTS. Hey guys, I hope you're coming in. Sorry about the confusion. I'm gonna try and delete this extra one really fast while our friends kind of hop back to us. Oh no, that's the Todoroki one. So there's only one, I think. I think there's only one link. Hi guys, hi, hello. Alright, so I'm just waiting for you guys to come in. Let me know how the sound is. I know right now you're kind of getting my tuchus, but I'm just trying to get everything set up. Let's bring this a little bit closer. I might have to back that up later. That's my whole arm. Oh my god, you guys came here just to see my whole arm? Oh my gosh. Cool. What's up? What's going on? What's poppin'? You guys wanted Bakugo. You voted for Bakugo, and you also told me last week that you wanted to step it up this week. So I have a list of new stuff we're gonna add in to make this a little bit harder. If you're not, good at yoga, or for some of you, I know this is probably only your second time doing yoga because last week was your first time doing yoga. Don't worry, you're not going to be too out of your element. I'm going to give you a lot of modifications and things like that. But we're going to make it a little bit harder. And then I'm hoping that based on how this week goes, each week we can ramp it up a little bit more. I threw in some stuff that I like to practice. So like handstand practice and back bends and splits. I also threw in a couple shoulder stretches because one of you last week said you have really tight shoulders. Yeah, YouTube has been struggling really, really hard because everybody and their mother is streaming. But so if it does go out, I put the information in the chat for where it's going to move to. Unless you guys would rather, or if more of you have TikTok, I could always stream it on my personal TikTok. But either way, we're going to get started in just a couple minutes. I'm just waiting for some of our friends to join us. Also, there's no equipment needed ever for these that I do. If you do have yoga equipment, though, I'm going to show you some of the stuff that I'm going to use today. Maybe, I haven't decided yet or not. So I have, in addition to my regular yoga mat, which I use all the time, it's from Anthropology because it's super thin. It's probably really expensive. I got it in a FabFitFun box. Hello. This is an inch thick yoga mat that I got on Amazon. If you're looking for yoga stuff, I recommend looking for like sets of stuff from Amazon. It came with 2 yoga blocks, like 5 yoga towels, yoga straps, and everything like that. So I do have some blocks. I'm not sure if I'm going to use them today or not. It really depends on how my body's feeling. And then last but not least, I have some low, medium, and then high resistant bands for some of our split stuff later, but I don't even know if I'm going to use them. It's kind of really rainy today, and I have arthritis in one of my toes because I'm actually 50 years old. So on rainy days, it really drives me a little crazy. So I don't know if I'm going to go that hard or not. I'm going to try and go hard for you guys, though, but if I don't go that hard, you know why. But no excuses. I'm also wearing my Apple Watch today, so we can check our heart rate. I thought that would be fun. I'm gonna wait 2 more minutes and then we're gonna start. Feel free to let your friends know that I'm doing these. I don't have a job currently. I am unemployed due to this whole situation, so the more viewers, the more incentive for me to keep doing it. And yeah. Gonna keep wiggling for 2 more minutes. No, I'm kidding. I also had coffee before this, which I usually do not recommend because caffeine makes your heart race, which is usually not good if you're stretching or trying to be like zen or like, you know, get into like a meditative moment. And it also makes me have to poop, so let's hope there's no emergency running to the bathroom. I am not actually 50, guys. It's a joke. I am in my 20s. I am 22. But I had to get surgery in my foot because of a workout injury, and I basically have arthritis in my one toe for the rest of my life. And I also have a giant piece of metal in my toe. So be careful when you're working out. It was not doing yoga though. It was like running and weightlifting stuff. So don't worry, I won't be breaking your toes today. But, you know, stuff happens. We move on. I was just on TikTok before this, which I hate that I'm like into TikTok now. But the one thing from like the Hunchback of Notre Dame keeps going around, where he's like, "You are deformed and you are ugly," and it is like so stuck in my head right now. Alright, I'm going to start in 1 minute. I want to start in a good even time. We're going to go a little bit longer today, so long as the stream isn't too crazy. Like I said, if you scroll up in the chat, and I think I put it in the description box, I don't remember, if the stream does go out, we'll be continuing it on Insta. But hopefully we don't have to do that because then it won't be saved, and I know a lot of you guys don't have Insta. But yeah. Get your water if you haven't already, because you're going to need it. I'm working you to the bone. Also, before I get into more of a Bakugo character cosplayer, now I am not binding. I'm wearing a sports bra. It is not safe to bind while you're working out, even doing something lighter like yoga, unless you have a specific binder dedicated to that, which I don't really know if they make or not. I'm sure they do, but I don't know. So protect yourself, please. I think that's all I had to say. Yeah, let's do it. Okay. Oh, also, my fan is on because it's humid as fudge in my room right now, so if that noise is really annoying or the lighting is, like, annoying, please let me know and I will just turn it off. It's fine. Alright, no one's in the chat, so we're going. We're going to start off the same way we did last week. A lot of this will be, you know, things that you saw last week because that's just how yoga works. You want to build on your flow. So we're going to go ahead and start at the top of our mat or wherever you are. Again, when we're doing standing stuff, make sure if you're not on a yoga mat that you're just on the solid ground. You could have socks on or barefoot like I'm going this week. And later when we do stuff on the floor, if you want to put a blanket down, that's fine. But please do not do that when we're doing standing stuff because you might fall. Ew. Alright, here we go. Front of our mat, feet planted firmly on the ground. If you remember last week, we want to imagine that the back of our toes right here and our heels are where all of our weight is, and our middle is being suction cupped onto the floor. That's a good stance. Your feet should be about shoulder width apart, and your spine should be nice and straight, hips open, turned forward, shoulders down, chin up. This week I'm going to hammer you guys a little bit harder on proper form since some of the stuff we've already done. So just keep that in mind. And we're just going to roll our head down to the front. Oh, that was a loud crack. All the way around. Now switch, go the other way. I know a lot of us have been playing Animal Crossing, so this is really, really good. Alright, let's stop. Roll your shoulders back, to the front and back, to the front and back, to the front and back. And now we're going to take a big deep breath in and go into our mountain pose. Breathe in. And out. Your chin should be elevated slightly, pointing upward. Thumbs to the chest. Slight bend in your knees if you need it. And now we're going to go straight into our sun salutations. We did this last week. I'm going to take it a little bit slow the first time around as a refresher, and then we're going to go a little bit more intense. So we're going to breathe into a forward fold. Breathe in. And out, forward fold, all the way down. Let your head hang, let your arms hang, drop your jaw. You should feel nothing on your upper body being used, no muscles being used. You can bend your knees slightly if you need it. Straighten them out if you don't. That'll give you a better stretch in the back of your legs. But for right now, I really want you to just focus on letting go at the top. Grab your elbows, you can rock side to side. Get your back activated. And now we're going to breathe in, touch our knees, and breathe out into plank. Bring it down. Toes flat, elbows back, push up into cobra. Breathe in. Breathe out. Holding this cobra extra long since it's our first one of the day. You should really feel that push in your ribs. Now we're going to breathe into downward dog. Breathe in. And out into downward dog. First one of the day, so if it looks messy, that's fine. We'll work on it. Bend your knees, stretch them out. Crack your back like me if you need to. Push your head forward. If you're a little bit more flexible or a little less tight right now, your heels should be on the floor like that. But I'm taking a little bit of a longer downward dog right now because my hamstrings are really tight. Alright, breathe in. We're going to walk to the top of our mat and then breathe out into forward fold. Here we go. Breathe in. And out, forward fold. Breathe in, mountain pose. And out. So that's our sun salutation repetition. We're going to do 2 more. Get our bodies nice and warmed up. And then we're going to get right to work today. We are not playing games. Let me check the chat. Alright, ready? Breathe in. And out, forward fold. In, halfway lift. Out to plank. Go down, breathe into cobra. And out, downward dog. Breathe into the front of your mat. And out. Breathe into mountain pose. Take a breath here. And one more. Breathe in to halfway lift. Whoa. Breathe into back. Breathe in to forward fold. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe down to plank. Breathe in, cobra. And now, if you breathed out to downward dog, I'm sorry. Incorrect. We're in cobra right now. I know I'm killing you with this one today. We're going to drop onto our elbows in Cobra. Keep that back straight, or not straight, but up, into Sphinx pose. Now you should feel this really tight in the middle of your back. Breathe through it. Keep your chin up. We're going to hold this for a couple beats. This is a new one. All right, now we're going to breathe in, back up to Cobra. Breathe out into Child's Pose. And you really want to push your arms forward and fold your back. Kind of like the opposite of what we just did. All right, now come up. We did this last week. Cat-cow motion, very common in yoga. We're going to bring our hands back so they're directly under our shoulders. We're going to breathe in, arch your back. I don't know, other way around. Breathe out, arch your back. Breathe in, concave. What is arching and what is not arching? Breathe out and bring it up. Breathe in, bring it down. Breathe out, bring it up. Now we're going to do something else new on our knees. Like we should be. No, okay. We're going to start shifting our weight back onto our toes. We're going to take our hands. If you're very flexible, you can go straight back. If you're not like me, grab your ankles like so. Pull your stomach forward into camel pose. Now while you're doing this pose, I want you to pretend, and this is going to sound crazy, like somebody has a hook in your belly button and they're pulling you up by your belly button. I'm looking at myself in the camera right now and I look crazy. This is for those shoulders and for that lower back. So if you're not having fun, I'm sorry. Make sure your neck is dropped to really get that stretch into your shoulders. All right, let's come up. Oh, gently come up. And we're going to go back down into Child's Pose to give our back a nice rest after that. Take a couple breaths down here. Good. Now we're going to come all the way up, back onto our feet. We're going to do a little bit of handstand work right now before we get into stretching our legs. So right now we're focusing really on our core, our back, and our shoulders. We're going to continue that focus, but now add in our arms. So what we're going to do, get a drink if you need to. What we're going to do is go into a forward fold. And we're going to grab the back of our legs and pull our heads through. So here we go. Breathe in. Breathe out. Forward fold. Now we're in forward fold. Slight bend in your knee if you need it. You're going to grab back your legs and pull your head down into the middle of your legs as much as you can. You can keep your knees bent. You can straighten them. You can do a little bit of both. And now what we're going to do is grab onto our ankles if you can. If you can't, grab as close to your ankles as you can. We're going to keep our legs straight unless you absolutely cannot, which is fine. And now we're going to shift all our weight onto our toes. Like so. You should feel this in your legs for sure. And now do the same thing. Start pulling your head back towards the middle of your legs while on your tippy toes. This is a lot of balance, my friends. Now put your hands down as close to your feet as you can get them.
and just work on trying to get your hands to touch the ground. Even if you have to have a slight bend in your knees, you want to get your hands as close to your feet as possible, completely flat on the ground. And see if you can put some more weight onto them. See if you can start transferring your weight from your feet onto your hands. This is a great way to start working on handstands. And it'll also stretch, your arms, your shoulders, and your back.
All right, come all the way up. Shake it out a little bit. And now we're gonna have some more fun with our handstands, which I know you're all thinking, please, Bakugo, let us have more fun in our handstands. And we're going to. I'm gonna push you back a little bit. This is a great opportunity to grab some water if you need it. I'm gonna push you back, and we're gonna switch to our pink mat. Now, this may be hard for some of you depending on where you're doing this practice today. Ideally, you want a wall. If you don't have a wall, there's a version of this that you can do without it, so don't worry. Make sure whatever wall you are using, though, is a strong wall, like a support wall, because it is very easy to put your body through drywall. So this is all going to depend on where you are, first and foremost, with your handstand practice. So if you've done practice, or if you feel strong, or you just really want to go for it, you can follow what I'm doing. If not, I'll tell you when to drop off. So step one, if you have a wall, or even if you don't have a wall, if you have a dresser or something, you're not going to put your weight on it, but just for the sake of measurements, just stick your legs straight out, and your legs should be flat, and that'll show you about where you need to be for this. So this is my distance, and I'm just going to turn around staying in this exact spot. And now we're going to go into downward dog with this distance in mind. So our hands are going to go where our feet are, and our legs are going to go up against the wall, or the dresser if you have it. Now, for most of you, including myself, if you don't do this that often, you might need to put your weight on your hands, like your fingers, like I'm doing. Because you can't yet touch the ground, that's fine. And it will also probably hurt like a motherfucker, which is fine too. You can put a slight bend to your knee. Now, if you want to get your handstands, this is something to work on, because it's kind of like what we just did, except because of the proximity, it's focusing on getting you to put more weight on your hands. So it's a super good hamstring stretch, but it's also good practice for handstands. And now, if you have a wall that you can use, we're going to utilize the wall. If you don't, you can keep doing what you're doing, or you can go into child's pose if you need a rest. That's fine too. If you do have a wall, drop to your knees, and look how close. I'm still staying within that distance that I measured out before. So keep that in mind. We're going to go ahead and just walk up the wall a little bit. Now, if you've never done this before, you might want to start further away, because it'll be easier for you to get your legs up, and then you can always walk your hands back if you feel comfortable. If you want to do that anyway, that's fine. Let's see if I can. I might have to back it up too, just because the way my foot has been acting up. But if you don't have to, that works too. And we're just going to walk our feet up. Now, if you can't do it, you can always keep one foot down like I'm doing. And it's just to give some practice to your hands. So, let's go ahead and try that again. All the way up. And we start dipping our feet on the wall. Oh, my feet said, not today, Satan. You can come down now. It's just good practice. If you do that every day, you'll get your handstands, trust me. Shake out. That's it for our handstand practice. I cut myself on the wall. Yeehaw. Take a drink of water. Somebody said, where's Todoroki? Everybody on Instagram voted for Bakugo. I'm sorry. You get me today. Alright. Now we're going to start working on our legs, which means we're going to start working on our splits, and we're also going to do some more inversions that are a little bit of a step up from what we did last week. I'm going to pull these over here so I don't have to get them again. Alright, so let's ground ourselves into a good mountain pose. Strong standing pose. Take a couple breaths. I don't know if this is what you guys meant by make it a little bit more challenging, but this is what we're doing today. Wiggle it out. We're going to breathe down to a forward fold and then step back into down dog. Here we go. Breathe in. Breathe out. Step back into down dog. This can be a far apart down dog. You don't have to do a close one like we just did. Now I'm going to start with my left leg because I just always do. So I'm going to bring my left leg all the way up between my legs. And now we're going to hold this into a low lunge. Now we're going to bring it up. Our back leg points this way. Our foot goes this way. We turn our hips forward. Put our arms up and lean into our front leg into warrior one. Open up, turn the hips, turn the arms. Punch your wall if you're me. We're going to bring our arm back and pull to the other side. Touch down, straighten out your leg into triangle pose. Pop every bone in your leg if you're me. I don't know if you guys can hear my bone pops, but we're having a lot more today than we did last week. Alright, so now we're going to get a little fun. Start to focus on having all your weight on your front sideways foot. Put your one hand down to help stabilize you. And we're going to bring our back leg straight up. Turn our hips out as much as you can. My body is saying, not today, Satan. Into crescent moon pose. Ooh, my hip just popped. Let me get back into that for you guys. Not every day is going to be a great day with yoga. Today's not going too great for me, but that's okay. Alright, bring it back down. We're going to go into our straddle. Pull my pants up. I've been tucking my shirts in just in case, so you guys don't get a free show. Wiggle your hips out a little bit. I just really popped my hip on that last one, so I need a little wiggle time. Hands behind your back. Hold your hands. Bend forward and bring them all the way down just like last week. Whew. Drop them down to the middle, to the left leg. Through the middle. To the right leg. You can add a little bit of a twist in there, which is what I like to do. My back needs to be activated at all times because I'm 50 years old. Alright, come back up. Now we're going to go into our tree pose, using our right leg to be stretched out. So we're going to bring it up. However high up you can bring it up naturally. Don't fall. Bakugo. Stare at something straight. If you remember from last week, if you want to learn and start training your body to get better at this, you can grab that ankle and bring it up higher. But this week, I really want everyone to just be practicing where they're at rather than stretching them forward with this, because that's also important practice to balance. And the balancing, more so than how high your leg up, it may not give you a better stretch, but it's going to give you a better sweat. That was a disgusting metaphor. Leg down. Now we're going to go ahead and put all of our weight onto our right foot, similar to how we did before. I like to keep my hands in kind of this prayer pose. I don't know why. You can also put them straight out in front of you. And we're going to bring our right leg back straight up. Again, if you want a better stretch, and if you're interested in practicing for our splits, you can put your hands on the ground, or you can put your hands, let me get back up. You can put your hands on your leg and start to pull your head in. So your leg, you can come back up. All right, now we're going to drop down. I believe this pose is called clamp, but I do gymnastics, so I call it the butterflies. On your sit bones, sit straight up. Again, ideally both legs are flat, but my one leg doesn't play that game. Now we're going to go ahead into our meditative pose with our left leg on top, because that's the leg we're stretching out. Back straight. This is something you just have to practice. The more clam pose you do, I find the better at this you'll get if you're struggling with this. But it's just practice. Now we're going to go ahead and move into our, I believe it's called cow, don't at me, pose. So we're going to bring our knees over our other knee like so. Elbow to knee. And twist. Ooh! I don't know if you guys can hear my back cracking, but ASMR if you can. Alright, let go. We're going to tuck our left leg in, grab our right leg and just stretch it out. And now we're going to make it work for us. So we're going to go back into down dog. I'm going to do this facing you and then move to the side. So you guys just keep doing the pose. I'm just going to move my body around so you can see what I'm doing. We're going to go into downward dog. And now we're going to bring our left leg up to where our hands are. Not between our hands like before, but on the outside. And our back foot should be behind us. This is called lizard pose, if you've never done yoga. Now what we're going to do is drop our back knee and have our feet straight behind us. So I'm going to turn, you guys stay right where you are, but I'm going to turn to show you what that looks like from behind. It should look like this. Getting that good butt shot. Now we're going to switch it back, push yourself back, up, and now I'm sure you guys remember this, our old friend from last week. Fold your leg in, push your leg back, and lay down into pigeon pose. Told you we were working on splits. You should feel that right in the pelvis. All right, now we're going to sit up, grab our back leg, turn, and grab it with our left hand, pull it in. I like to point my toe, but you don't have to. Let it go. And walk it back into child's pose. And now we're going to do our other leg. Same routine. We start standing up. Deep breath, forward fold into downward dog.
Put your one foot right between your middle of your two hands, not on the outside like lizard pose, and drop it into low lunge. This time our right foot is in the front, left foot in the back. Bring it up, turn your feet. I'm going to turn my body into warrior one. Push forward into that knee. Open up, turn your hips and arms to the side. Pull to one side, pull towards your foot, fold down, straighten your leg into triangle pose. Take a deep breath. We're working hard today. Now we're going to do just like we did before, go into crescent moon. Shift all our weight onto our front foot and bring our back foot up behind. I am so on top of my laptop right now. Turning our hips out. Bend your knee if you are not good at balancing. It'll help to stabilize you. And come back down. Get a quick drink if you need to. All right, now we're gonna go ahead, bring our left leg up, our right leg up into our tree pose. Again, however high you can get it is where we're keeping it today. We're just working on balance. I hope you guys are as sweaty as I am. Alright, drop it down. We're going to go ahead, put all our weight onto our left foot and bring our right foot back straight up. Whoa, we're falling to the window. Either way is fine. Alright, bring it down. We're going to drop all the way to floor into clam pose. Again, when you go into this pose, you'll see that I kind of rock in this weird turtle motion. I'm doing that because I'm getting onto my sit bones. You should feel kind of like a hard thing that you're sitting on. And if I can feel them with my juicy ass, you can feel them too. So just rock until you kind of feel something hard when you bounce. Those are your sit bones. That's where you really want to be, especially with this pose, but in most sitting poses with yoga. Now we're going to do our meditative pose, bringing our right foot on top. Make sure your other foot is tucked in underneath. Sit up nice and straight, take a breath here. And now bring your knee over knee, left elbow to knee, and turn. Ooh, back crack. Back crack alert, and come out. Now we're going to bring our left leg into the front and stretch out onto our right leg. Bringing your forehead to your knee as much as you can. Now we're going to open up and stretch out the middle, again on your sit bones. And I want everybody in this stream to be able to put their elbows down like this in the middle. That's what you need to work on if you've never, done yoga, or if you're not flexible. If you are more flexible like me, you can walk your hands forward. Now, not to have a TMI moment, but I'm so turned forward when I do this that my crotch is on the floor. So that's, flexibility for you. All right, come back up. Now we're going to go into our low downward dog. I'm going to get this out of the way so I don't slip on it, because I almost did last time and that would have been embarrassing. We're going to go into our low downward dog. And now we're going to bring our right foot up to the side of our legs into up to the side of our hands into lizard pose. Most of your weight should be on this front foot and on your hands, not really on your back feet. And now we're going to drop down, just like we did before, so that our back leg now
our toes are straight on the floor. Similar to our plank pose, pushing your hips forward into this front foot to really get that stretch between the legs. And now, just like we did last time, I'm going to move my body to do this. You don't need to. Your foot is in front. You're going to bring it to the side. Walk your back leg back more. And lay down into pigeon pose. Come up, round your back. Grab the opposite leg, pull it in. I Chihuahua. Point or flex or both, whatever suits your fancy. And we're going to walk it back into child's pose. And now for the moment you've all been waiting for. We are going to go into our splits. I hope you're all groaning at home. So what we're going to do first is I'm going to go left leg first, just because my left leg is more flexible, but whichever leg you feel you want to start with, you're going to keep your other leg, your knees straight, toes straight on the floor behind you. Now bring your other foot forward, like so. Now the key to slowly going into splits instead of just dropping yourself down is this pose we're doing right now. So we're going to start to slide our forward foot forward. Our back leg is not moving at all. All of our weight is remaining on this knee. We are only moving our front foot forward. And we're going to keep doing that until we're in our split. Now, if you're not very flexible, which I'm not, I'm claiming to be, your foot might be doing what mine is, which is kind of splaying to the side, and that's fine. Now you want to kind of rack your weight back so that you're sitting most of your weight on here. If this is too painful, please stop. You can really hurt yourself on splits. And now we're going to roll out. And because we need to stretch both sides of our bodies to not get hurt, we're going to do the exact same thing with the other leg. Again, as much as you can. Don't look at me and think, I need to go that low. I've been practicing splits for a year. So again, our back foot is straight. We're sliding our foot forward as low as it can go. Rocking our weight back into the middle of our legs. And then rolling out of it. And now, because you guys challenged me, and you said we want it to be harder, let's do the front splits. Let's do the front splits, you bastards. So this, same thing like when we do our straddle, but you're just going to keep going. So you see how I kind of inch my feet toe to heel, toe to heel? Put your hands down to brace yourself. And then go down as low as you can. You don't want to just let go and slide, because that's where it hurts. This is as far as I can go today. Woo, mama. You're going to feel that tomorrow, I guarantee it. Now I'm going to just drop into a child's pose, just to let my legs chill out for a quick second, because that's a lot of work. Whew. All right. Let's finish off strong. We're going to roll onto our backs. Take a nice deep breath. Get some water if you need to. We're going into our cool down. Lay flat on your back. Knees up, and we're going to push our hips into the air,
All your weight should go back onto your shoulders. For the person that said they have tight shoulders, this is another one for you. Lift those hips up. That butt should be squeezed nice and tight. We want to fit into our jeans and look great. We want to be juicy, Doja Cat. You always sound like a dad. So squeeze that butt up and push back on your shoulders to get that nice pressure in your shoulders. And drop down. Nice deep breaths. Let your hips kind of sway out however they need to. Your body, if you let it, will start moving on its own to accommodate itself. Like my body literally just started doing this without me really consenting to it. And that's fine, it's just what your body needs. I think in yoga, listening to your body is one of the most important things you can do. Put your one leg straight, bring your right leg knee into your chest. Roll your ankles out if you need to. I'm going to be honest, guys, I kind of feel a coffee fart coming on, so if I let something go, I'm so sorry. I'm trying so hard not to. Bring your leg up, grab your ankle, and then bring it down as straight as you can get your leg to be. Drop it back down, arm goes out to the side, head turns, and we're twisting our knee, keeping our shoulders back on the mat. Go nice and slow, you don't want to rush this. The slower you go, the more your spine will crack, I swear to God. If you can't touch the floor, that's fine. Stay where you are, unless you're like me and a lot of your stress and tension is in the lower back, in which case reset, and this time drop your knee almost to the point where your leg is straight, and then roll your knee down. And that will turn this stretch more on the lower back. Hold it. Alright, bring it back. Now we're going to straighten that leg out, pick our other leg up, bring it into your chest, roll your ankles out. I need to move because I'm like on top of the wall right now. Keep holding it if you're not me. Alright, now grab that ankle, bring that leg straight as you can up, and then roll back onto your shoulders. Should be a nice leg stretch for you. Drop it down, arm goes out, head turns, and we bring the knee down. Keeping our shoulders flat. Again, as low as you can go. Don't have to have your knee touch the floor. If you have lower back pain like me, reset, drop the knee almost straight, and then drop it again to bring that stretch into the lower back. Alright, bring it back. Now we're just dropping down, palms up, so chakra and energy can flow through our body. Our eyes are closed. I hope you guys heard that kid. And we're in corpse pose. Taking a couple deep breaths as we listen to my neighbors outside. Alright, now we're going to go into our meditation pose. If you feel comfortable trying it, you can do it the way I do it, which is I go straight from corpse pose, bring my legs up, and rock forward into it. If you can't do that, that's fine. Our back is straight, palms are up. Back is straight, chin is up. You should feel your spine all the way down to your bottom. Being pulled straight, nice and tight. Now I'm going to stop thinking. I'm going to stop talking. I won't drink coffee next time so that we don't have this this problem with me being an idiot. We didn't really do this last time, so I want to make sure we do this.
Next time we're going to set intentions and work on this a little bit more, but I wanted these videos to kind of ease you guys into yoga. So, since we didn't set an intention, that's fine. But just in your heads, I want you to just think about why you chose to do this and thank yourself for doing this. We're living in insane times. We need to keep our bodies active and healthy, and this is such a great thing that we do for ourselves once a week, where you guys join me, we get a little social interaction, we do a little yoga, we help stretch out our bodies from our days of playing video games and laying in bed, and we just give back to ourselves. So genuinely say thank you to yourself, even if it seems stupid and silly. And namaste as always. We're done, we did it. I hope you guys liked it. You wanted it to be a little bit harder, so I hope I provided. Oh, my back is cracking. Let me know how it went. I'm gonna stay on until 4:30, so you have a little bit of time with me to ask me some questions and chill out. I try and do these in character every time, and that didn't happen today, but that's okay. Oh, my whole head is cut off. I do at least, am I still cut off? Jesus. Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. I try every time I do these. I think to myself, so I'm going to do it in character this time. And then I get here and I'm just like, I don't want to yell at you guys. I just want to give them a good yoga experience. Oh, I should have checked my heart rate during any of that and I didn't. Dang it. Dang it, dang it. Well, I didn't have a heart attack, so at least there's that. We weren't working out that hard. I am sweaty though. I was not sweaty last week. I am sweaty today. How are you guys feeling? Let me know. Prayer hands. My shirt is soaking wet. That's disgusting. I knew I was going to have a sweaty day because I was sweating putting makeup on. It's really humid in my room for some reason. And I don't know if you guys cosplay, but if you do, I'm sure you can relate that there's this weird phenomenon that once you get to cosplay, you just start sweating. And that is no different when I'm teaching yoga. How am I? How am I? I'm good. I'm feeling a little sweaty, but I feel good. I really have been playing a lot of Animal Crossing. So I really needed to stretch out my neck. And I know I ragged on that person with the shoulders, but that did feel really good, too. And I've been hanging in as far as the big bad unspeakable Rona goes. You know, like I said, it started as I'm not working. But I've been good. I've been trying to think about it as, I work in education, and I've been trying to think about it as like, if it was a snow day, what would I want to do when I was home? You know what I mean? Like, oh, I haven't cleaned my room. I should clean my room. When it's a snow day, I love cleaning my room. Or I should watch that show I never got the chance to finish. So I've been trying to focus on those things, like those little treats that I don't get to have when I'm working normally, but it is stressful. I'm sure you guys are all very stressed out as well. At this point, other than like around the block, I haven't been out of my house in, I think today's day 17 or day 18, so, and I'm sure you guys have similar stories. I don't really like to talk about that stuff, but I do think it is important every now and again to touch upon it. I am certainly not a celebrity and don't have a huge mansion or house to run around in, so I'm sure my experience is a little bit more close to yours than other creators out there. But it is a little sad. I've been cosplaying a lot more though, which is nice. My TikTok, if you're on TikTok, go check me out. I'm Ray of Life on there. RAYEOFLIFE. And I've been doing that a lot. And I've been baking. Tomorrow or maybe Friday, I haven't decided, I'm gonna make homemade gnocchi. I don't know if you know what that is. It's like a potato pasta. It's good. I've never made it before. gonna try it out. Me does a yoga video, immediately starts talking about all the things I'm gonna bake. I made some bomb cheesecake today. Not today, sorry, last week, by the way. I'm gonna eat it today, but I made it on Friday. No, I made it on Sunday. I don't know what day it is. So how do we feel about next week? Do we want to keep it at this pace, or do we want a little bit harder? I don't know if I want to do a little bit harder. I think this was pretty good, but let me know in the chat how you guys feel. Do you want to keep practicing splits and handstands? Do you want to work on back bends? Do you want to work on other yoga poses that you've seen? Let me know. I've just been kind of bringing in my usual routines to this, so the two things I'm working on right now are handstands and splits. But if you guys want something else, let me know, and I will certainly, it sounds really cheesy, but like all week after last week's stream, I was like researching and practicing moves and like preparing for this week to give you guys more of what you wanted, so feel free to suggest whatever you need. I'm glad the stream didn't go out. I tried to do a makeup stream last week. I don't know if you guys were here. I think it was on Friday. And the video went out like every 5 minutes. It was horrible. I had to switch to Insta, and I know a lot of you guys don't have Insta or don't follow us on Insta, so it was a little bit lonely. Also, outside of yoga, if you have any stream ideas of things you want to see. Wow, my wig is freaking sweaty. Look at this, it's like a different color. Oh wait. No, that's just my hair. If you guys want other content, ooh, I put a lot of bobby pins in this so that I could go upside down. If you guys want other, yeah, I'll just leave it like that. If you guys want other, like, streaming live activities, let me know in the comments. And I will provide as much as I can. Oh, I want to get back to you, too, while you guys are thinking of things that you might potentially like. About Animal Crossing, we talked last week about Animal Crossing streams. That's not going to be able to happen because the, ooh, did you all just hear my back crack? The software needed to plug the Switch in to have it live stream is like over $200. I don't get paid here on YouTube, so that's just out of the realm of possibility right now. I haven't really talked about this too much, but me and Charlie are moving. We're supposed to be moving the first week of June to a different state, to Florida, which is about 16-hour driving away from where we are. And we don't know if that's going to happen, obviously, but so money is like a really complicated situation right now. So unfortunately, Switch streaming is not going to happen. I'm trying to see if my PS3, my old PS3 will stream, because then maybe I'll do like a Dragon Age stream or something like that, because I love that game, but we will see. My mom is baking everything in the house. My house smells like a bakery. Baking with Bakugo. I've thought about doing baking streams. It's hard because my mother works from home now. So I would have to kind of interrupt everyone's day and take over the kitchen. And I've moved to this time slot because it's when she is done with work. But then that also means it's usually when she starts using the kitchen. So I haven't figured out a good kitchen situation unless I were to like not do a live stream and just do a video, which is fine. That's a possibility. I could do that with the gnocchi, if you guys are interested. But it's just, it probably won't be a live stream. But good news, when me and Charlie do eventually move, we will have our complete own apartment and space and kitchen, and we can do whatever we want, wherever we want. So it'll make a big difference, I think, on this channel as far as content goes. I'm so sweaty. I'm gonna take a shower. Alright guys, I love you so much. Thanks again for watching. Thanks for tuning in. I'm gonna do this again next week. Probably on Tuesdays. I think as long as Tuesdays is a good time with everybody. Gonna keep it on Tuesdays around this time. So like 3:30. And I will see you guys then. I will keep it at this level. I didn't hear any feedback. And I don't want to like speed it up too fast. We'll work on intentions and some self-reflection next week as well. In the meantime, this is going to be saved on YouTube, so feel free to rewatch it, keep practicing. Feel free to watch the one from last week if you haven't seen it, or if you want to practice as well from that one. It's good to do these things every day, or at least every other day. Keep yourselves moving, keep yourself sane. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next live. Bye. Stay healthy. Stay the fuck in your house. Now you get to watch me walk up to the camera and turn it off. Bye guys, love you.